Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Farrah. Welcome back. We are on allegedly day 4 of the account. Day 5, perhaps, actually. Just picking up the rewards here. This is like... Really, this is more like the end of day 2. I started farming pretty hard yesterday in the morning, and then today I had work. I work, so everybody works. I ended up unlocking some of these stuff in the market because there was a outlaw monk that was available. I thought it would be worth it. It is 50 gems to open up this one here. Typically, if you're going to go through here and unlock them, it's maybe better to wait for like ancient shards to be down here. You max out at 5 a month. So if you're pretty active anyway, you're probably just going to get them up here. You can skip them down here. But I guess I wouldn't be really wrong to unlock them just to get the ancient shard at some point. But yeah, on my last account, I'd recommend opening it up. But if you can save, I think this is probably 180 gems here. I would probably just go ahead and do that. I also unlocked the gem mine yesterday. I actually didn't do too much farming today. It was more just farming campaign. So I got Kale up to the 5-star level, just about level 50, almost here. Arbaeus, I don't know. If I was a tree, maybe I'd know. But yeah, Stonethorn is just sitting here on some random speed gear. You guys can farm a Spirit Host and a War Maiden from campaign. I would recommend doing that. Spirit Host is available in Durham Forest here. This is hard mode. Obviously, you can just farm her in normal if you want. But yeah, she's right here. She's a fantastic unit. Removes all debuffs on all allies and places a block debuff buff on all allies for 1 turn. That'd be awesome if this was 2 turns, but she's also a place to get a speed lead if you didn't pick up Deacon. Like right now, you can get Deliana as a new player, so obviously you should go for her instead of Deacon. Deacon's really good, but a free legendary is pretty cool, and she's super helpful in Arena early on. So could consider that, and then a big version of increased attack for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown once you get that up, and then this is nothing. She's good for moving debuffs, and then the block debuffs is cool or whatever, but yeah, the increased attack is great. And then War Maiden is in 9 over here, the Deadlands. I was farming stage 3 here for a while. War Maiden here has an AoE decreased defense, 100% chance when booked out. She is a farmable rare. Obviously, I'm showing you where to farm her, so you can get all of her skill ups without books if you'd like to. She does do poisons too, I guess. A chance of placing poisons, so actually pretty solid there. This is whatever, but really it's the AoE decreased defense, because then that's like an early game arena team. You can pick up again the Spirit Host there and the War Maiden here, and then the Spirit Host increases attack for your team. The War Maiden will decrease defense of the enemy team, and then your Kale or Aethel or Elhain. Hopefully you didn't pick Gallic. He's the worst starter. He can work. He's just not good though. I can actually show. I can just tell you guys why he's the worst starter, if you needed some proof. He is right here. Okay, first skill attacks 2 times. Aethel is attacking 3 times, and is placing. Has a 100% chance to place a weaken as well. So just way better of a skill. Elhain does something. I should know what she does. First skill, she does one hit and then places an extra attack if it's critical. So she's doing 2 hits anyway as well. It's the exact same thing. Thing with her though is she's got double AoEs. This AoE hits twice, and this AoE hits once. Has an extra 15% chance of placing a crit, and then places a crit buff on her if the target is killed. So double AoEs there, pretty cool for farming purposes, I guess. There are definitely other options though. Gaelic or Gallic, however you want to say his name. The second skill attacks all enemies and places a speed buff on this champion. So all of the starters have pretty much the same skill here. Kale's skill increases his increases something. This one increases speed. Elhain increases her own crit rate. Aethel does... What does she do? Just has an extra 15% chance of placing a crit. Nothing special there. And then Kale does some attack bar boosting, either if he crits or kills. So, fills the turn meter by 25% for each enemy killed. So he does do that. Kale does this skill here. Oh, Kale's skill 1, he places a poison, which is great for a dragon and clan boss once again. This one can place a bunch of poisons. It hits 4 times. Good for dragon and clan boss. Elhain, once again, AoE on the 3rd skill. Double AoE on the 3rd skill. Aethel buffs herself. Really, really strong, actually. It's not the high chance, but it does... you only get the increased defense if it's below 50%, but you always get the attack buff, which is pretty cool. Which one is it here that she... Unfortunately, I can't see... Oh, this is... Okay. I don't know what her ascension thing is, if maybe that's the aura unlocks or something here. But she's a fantastic champion, but I think even at the beginning, she does get the increased attack on herself and the extra turn, or maybe you have to ascend her to get the extra turn. But anyway, she'll buff herself and then attack, so you wouldn't necessarily need Spirit Host. So it's okay. But yeah, Kale and Aethel, I think, are the best. But Gaelic, once again, the skill 3 attacks 4 times at random, so if it's wave content, it's useless. Has a 30% chance, literally useless in Spider, extremely useless in Spider. Could be bad in Ice Golem, even if it doesn't hit where you want it to. Could be bad in Doom Tower. At least it's good for Fire Knight, I guess, but it's really not good for Fire Knight. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, so it's just not good. Has a 30% chance of placing a 30%, so the weak version of decreased defense for 2 turns. Has a 30% chance of placing a big version of decreased defense debuff for 2 turns if the target has more than 2 debuffs. So the target has to have more than 2 debuffs, and it's still only a 40% chance when booked on a 5-turn cooldown. War Maiden, I just showed you, AoE decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown, I believe. I'm going to go and make sure it's a 3-turn cooldown. It might be a 4-turn. No, it's a 3-turn. 100% chance AoE 3-turn cooldown. So a farmable rare in campaign is better than Gaelic. So that's why he's just bad. He's just a bad one to pick up. Other tips I would recommend here. Obviously, I don't have the dungeons unlocked. I thought they might because I hadn't unlocked the starter tournament, but this particular thing is connected to when the date of the account was started. So, unfortunate. If you guys are in the starter tournament, just go through and clear all of them up to the highest level possible. Like all of the keeps, put all of them up as high as possible. Minotaur, all of it. Do all of it as high as you possibly can. These probably won't be unlocked. You might have a pretty hard time getting level 38 in 2 days. You are playing a lot of raid if you're pulling that off. But definitely go through and do that. Just get those as high as possible. Always use your arena things or whatever, and then get as far through campaign as you can. For normal, I only have 2 stages left. It's the boss stage for each one that I have to keep 2 of my champions alive. I can only use 2, and they both have to stay alive. So if you get stuck there, just keep moving. Another really, really critical thing to understand, I'm going to show you guys this here. We're going to run just 3 new ones here. Okay, so this is normal campaign, the very first difficulty of campaign here on stage 3 of chapter 9. Now, the reason you want to farm stage 3 is for shields. Shields sell for the highest price for an artifact. It doesn't make sense to farm any other level. Obviously, if you're farming War Maiden, you want to be in chapter 9. If you're farming Spirit Host, you want to be in 4. Beyond that, if you're not farming either of those things, you want to be just as high as possible in the chapters as you can be. Something really weird this game does is they didn't balance the XP farming at all. So as you can see here, 30,400. No, 3,040. 3040 there. So that was in, once again, Chapter 9. So we're going to go to hard now. Carrick Castle here, the first thing on hard difficulty. So a higher difficulty here. We'll throw in the same exact ones here. And it's for more energy too. In normal campaign, it was for 4 energy, and here it's 6 energy in hard. So you guys can, this is really a very important thing actually to understand about the game. People lose a lot of energy and a lot of time not understanding how the experience system works. I don't know why Raid, or Polarium, I don't know why Polarium set it up the way that they did. It makes absolutely 0 sense the way that they did this, but you'll see in a moment here how much experience you get for using 2 more energy too. Just need Kale to finish, so lovely. This is going to be 2304. It is 700 less experience for 2 more energy, the cost of 2 more energy. Really, really important to understand that once again. So it will always make more sense to farm, chapter 12 of normal as opposed to chapter 1 of hard. It's more energy here. It's way less experience you're getting back though. So I wanted that to be on camera just so everyone knew. If you don't know at this point, I don't know, you must have clicked off the video. So darn. Other tips, arena. Your defense should be like nobody. I have her in because I want to get a defensive win in arena. I have to win 1 classic arena defense. If you wanted to set up a 4-man defense, I might actually do that now just to get the win. Battle log. Yeah, I mean, I'm losing battles, so... Well, these are people that are, I guess, higher than me. I don't know. I'll set this up now. They should be able to win at least 1 battle. So if you wanted to set up a 4-man defense, though, right at the beginning, that makes sense. It's literally an achievement to do so. So you can set up 4, and then you can come back in and just take something out and save it for a 1-man defense. But yeah, just run a 1-man defense, stay low in arena, and just use all your tokens up. You don't want to go to a point in arena where you're up high, and then you can't actually win any battles. You can win like maybe 2 out of the whole list. It makes a lot more sense to just be able to come in and cleave out and just hop out of arena. Yeah, it's going to be a lot faster, a lot less stress for you. It's just going to be nice that way. Another thing, these weekly quests, I literally cannot get this done for 5 days because it's connected to the daily things getting done. So these pots you can just hold on to until your 5th day when you complete your dailies, and then pick these up, and you'll have that, that amount of energy or whatever. It'll be higher than 91, I would imagine, after 5 days. So there's another thing. It's the exact same thing in the starter tournament. I don't think I've picked that up yet either, actually. Yeah, I haven't even picked this one up either. I will be pushing through hard campaign and trying to get into brutal as well. To win this tournament. Obviously, all of these other people in here, I would imagine, are not like me. They can farm these keeps and get all of the stages up, where I've had just 3 of them open up, and it's on at different points of leveling the account. So lost some points there, but I'll definitely try to make those up. Some people get up to like 4,000. I've seen before. That's a lot. You guys are playing a lot of raid if you're getting to 4,000 in that starter tournament, regardless of spending money or not. You're playing a lot of raid. So yeah, I think that's basically it. I tried to get the tips. I'm gonna pause the video and see if there's anything else. Alright, just a couple more things wrapping up that I had thought about. I would definitely recommend holding on to any void and sacred shards you have. Primal shards just came out. If you want to pull them, you can. There's no way to know when they will do a 2x event for the actual mythical champions themselves, it's the only shard you can get them out of, and they're allegedly doing a 2x event for just legendaries and epics. But I mean, I would if you wanted to spend them then, I would wait for at least then. I got it obviously extremely lucky, the 1 out of 200 chance on the first primal shard to get a mythical. But I'd probably like to hold on to that for at least higher rates on legendaries or something later on. But voids and sacreds also a great thing to have for fusions. And if you don't want to go for fusions, I wouldn't really recommend going for them in the first 120 days, the first 4 months. I wouldn't even look at fusions. If you're spending money, you can. But please keep in mind that a lot of these fusions, you're looking at them and it's like, wow, this could unlock this for me. But if you don't have gear, you don't have the stuff stick starred, the masteries, you don't have good, accessories even matter. Like, you don't look at someone on YouTube that's been playing on the same account for 3 or 4 years and has whaled out and has insane artifacts and think that you can run the same team they can. Some fusions are insane. Like, some fusions are really good. Like, we just had Emic Trunkheart. We had the Nut fusion, which he seems very good too. You don't have to get this stuff though. You're going to get other stuff from shards anyway. You will get useful epics and probably a couple legendaries along the way. That will help you. Even with bad luck, you will get a legendary champion after 4 or 5 months of active play, I think. No, it's probably more than that, actually. It might be like 8, if your luck is absolutely terrible. So it is important to probably hold on to these for 2 times events. If you didn't care about fusions, you don't have to care about fusions. But at least wait for 2 times events so that you have the highest chance possible of getting a good unit. I know you want to pull them right away. It will help you a lot. There's also a Krisk thing coming up. Come on. It just came up. Is it this one? No. Why am I confused? Okay, there was a notice that just came up. Anyway, there's supposed to be a Krisk and Demitha times 2, which is weird because we just had one. Maybe that was old news I got that came up? That would have been... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Maybe that was this one. No, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, there are some 10 times champions that will come up occasionally, like a Krisk or a Yumiko or Taurus and Marishka, and there's other good voids too. I think Krisk and Yumiko are kind of the ones that people are like, wow, I really, really want those. And they're fantastic champions, but I would really just only use your shards on ×2 events because you will net back more stuff anyway. A ×10 is not guaranteeing you the champion that they are, putting in your face. Like, it's really always better to just summon on ×2s until you're actually late to endgame and you have a bunch of champions already, and then you're focused in on empowering or finishing a particular team, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely stay solid there if you can. Again, I'm working through these challenges. I'm on part 7 of the artifact challenge. Now you can get these 4-star artifacts from hard mode. Maybe you want to wait until brutal though, actually, to go for these, because it's just a higher chance of getting a 4-star. You can get 5-star as well, because it is just 4-star or higher. So you could get a 5-star as well, and then it's actually usable. A glove with HP % at the 5-star level is going to work well for a support champion. Same thing with the chest. That's as ridiculous that the boot is the same thing. You're just going to put it on for the achievement and then toss it. But if you could get these 2 at even the 5-star level, that'd be awesome. It'd be actually useful for a support champion. So you can keep things like that in mind, but getting through those first 6, I would really try to power through those as quickly as possible. Dungeons, you should be able to get to at least 3 on the second day, I think. I can't because I'm locked behind the time, the day system I don't have all my stuff unlocked. This is just, you have to win a classic arena defense. This is completely out of your control, but it will happen. Like, don't worry, it will happen. It's one of those things, like when you're farming for artifacts, it can feel like it will just never happen. It will. The exact same thing with a classic arena battle. Somebody will attack your team and lose. It will happen. And then champions here, nothing miraculous. It does say win a campaign battle using 4 champions of level 40 or higher. I would recommend those are like food champions. I have Kayla the 5-star level here. I've got other stuff I intend to build, like Saurus I intend to build, War Maiden I intend to build. I pulled him from a Ancient Shard. He does increase defense and heal as well, which is pretty cool. So this skill in particular is actually awesome. If it came with a 3-turn cooldown, I would just use them, because just for this skill simply, probably I would just prioritize the skill in whatever team I had him on, and just run it that way. I might use him anyway, but I'm not going to put books into this champion. I do know that. But I want to build a Saurus. He's got double AoEs here. He can clear Nightmare Campaign. He's actually a useful unit. If you guys pick him up early on and you want a farmer right away, then he could work. War Maiden, again, AoE decreased defense. I need that in my team. There's other stuff too here. Shield Guard, fantastic unit. Outlaw Monk I picked up from the market. He places 2 5% poison debuffs on the target for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown when you get him skilled up. I would not use rare books, just wait to get copies of Outlaw Monk. And then he can also get an extra turn with a 25% chance on the first skill, and just skill cycle into these poisons faster and faster. So a good champion for clan boss early on if you wanted to look out for him. So yeah, I think that's all of it. Keep up with your progress missions too. I can easily get through here and do this, and just keep pushing. Actually, I might do this. I might be able to do this tomorrow. Yeah. Well, upgrade 4 champions to level 40, I don't know. But like I said, I would focus in on getting Kale to the 6-star level, even if you wanted to use something like a Saurus for your food. I'm just focusing on him, getting him up to the 6-star level, and then I've got 2 6-star level. He'll level up to 60 eventually, and that's really going to help you in campaign a lot moving forward, and in dungeons, just carrying your team a little bit. So, sorry I made the video so long. I'll let you guys get back to what you're doing, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video.